Good morning, afternoon and or evening, my sexy compatriots. This is the cup of coffee you all know and love, Minty Coffee. Oh boy, the Jungle Inferno update is all kinds of awesome, and certainly I have a lot to say about it. In particular, I'd like to... Wait, they added a can of gasoline? The gas can, as we'll call it, would be a secondary for the pyro and literally be a can of gasoline, a Molotov, or something along those lines. Sadly, it's been overlooked in favour of the new jetpack, and only favoured in Man vs Machine due to its godly exploding of ignited enemies. However, there's plenty of reason to use it in normal play, and even for it to be one of the best secondaries at Pyro's disposal, and I will tell you why. The gas passer is, as you probably knew, a can of gasoline that can be thrown to create a toxic cloud of gas that coats any enemy unwary enough to walk into it or be caught in its grasp. When coated, the enemy will be stricken with a sickly green visual on their side, and their model will be seen with green liquid dripping from them. Enemies coated will ignite into flames when they take damage from anything. Your damage, allies' damage, fall damage, any damage! This leads to them taking the full brunt of afterburn for 10 seconds. The kicker, it even affects enemy pyros. Yes, even enemy pyros must now fear afterburn from pyros wielding this thing. Now, because its only effect is causing afterburn, people have overlooked this weapon as a situational bit of crowd control, nothing more. This is disappointing to me, as the recent changes to afterburn really do put into perspective why this weapon is actually pretty damn amazing. Allow me to elaborate. Examining the changes to afterburn revealed that puffs from the flamethrower no longer deal a full 10 seconds of afterburn damage, so using this to inflict the full brunt of it is a big plus, propped up even more by the buffing damage to 8 per second, making enemies take 80 damage over the duration of 10 seconds. Maybe not kill worthy, but it's crippling enough to make any class below the health of a soldier to scramble for a health pack, especially light classes. However, the big reason why this afterburn infliction is far more beneficial than people may realise is due to how the medigun debuff has been adjusted from flames. Instead of direct damage, afterburn now causes the 25% decreased healing from medigun beams on burning enemies, and this weapon allows you to coat an entire group of enemies that in many situations would likely only have one medic or dispenser nearby. Suddenly, you have a whole group suffering from slower healing, and while you can argue that the afterburn is easily negated by enemy pyros or healing, that's also the good side. That pyro or medic is now having to deal with putting his allies out instead of engaging your team, and every second more that gives your team to attack, the better. I think this really puts into perspective how great this new weapon is. I may not use it all the time over the shotgun or scorch shot for example, but I definitely see it as a worthy addition. It perhaps has the best application on maps with tight chokes and maps where you are playing the defending team, most payload maps for example. Maps like Upward and Badwater and basically any cough map are great environments for this weapon to be used effectively. Do you agree with my thoughts on the gas passer? Let me know below. This has been your favourite cup of coffee, and as always, I shall see you next time, my sexy compatriots. Bye!